Hey everyone, Dan the Cardman back again, and as you can see by the video title, we've got a really awesome video today. So I finally got my order back from Ship My Cards. I finally decided to send it off and get it back to Australia, and I timed it really well because it arrived Christmas Eve. Today's Christmas Eve in Australia. They sent it off the Monday just past, so it took just under 4 business days to get here. And that's crazy, right? In the middle of a pandemic, that is ridiculous, and I'm so freaking happy to have these cards. I initially did an unboxing, but it took too long, went around 35 minutes. So I thought now that the cards are all out, I can just talk through them. So if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, UFC, basketball, please stick around because I think you're going to enjoy what I've picked up, and I'm happy to talk through that with you. Like I said, they package it really well. So it comes in a big box and then some of these boxes, lots of peanuts used. So the cards were packaged extremely well by the guys out at Ship My Cards. Now, if you're not sure what Ship My Cards is, I'm going to do a video on how to use their service in the coming days. But basically, they're a website that you register with and they give you a US address. What that means is you get access to all these different cards in the States at affordable prices. Because basically you're not paying international shipping, you're not getting charged an arm and a leg on every single transaction. So it's really cool. I will talk through that in more detail when I do that video, but let's get into it. So if you're someone that I've purchased cards off and you're watching this video now, because there's a few people actually, it was very funny that when I bought the cards, they were like, are you Dan the Cardman? I'm like, yes, I am. Things might be a bit out of order. So I do apologize ahead of time because now everything's jumbled up, but let's get started. Maybe we can start with some basketball. So I picked up these two Sky High Select 2013 of Dwight Howard. These are both numbered to 99. I've got a 29 and 34. So it's pretty cool. I picked these up pretty cheap. They're purely just to sell. And what you'll find is there's a few things in here that I've bought just to sell. And apologies for the lighting, it's a bit dark. I'll try and make it a little bit better. Basically, I bought a lot of these things just to sell because there's some things I wanted. And then I was like, well, let's just get more and try and fund the purchase because you guys know that I like to do that. Now, that was some basketball very quickly. This other thing is really cool that I picked up from Select 2013. It is a Scottie Pippen jersey card. This is also numbered to 99. It's number 7 of 99. Now, this is pretty cool because this is back when they used game worn patches, which basically means that Scottie Pippen wore this piece of jersey in an actual game. It's a shame that it's in the Blazers jersey and not a Bulls jersey, but it is what it is. It's a short print card. Can't complain. Game worn jersey, again, can't complain. So that one was for my PC, but now I'm thinking I might sell it. That's pretty cool. I'm going to do some Dragon Ball Z very quickly. So as you guys know, I collect a lot of Dragon Ball Z, right? You can see some stuff there behind me. I've done a lot of videos wearing a Dragon Ball shirt, actually. So yeah. You guys know I like to collect the sealed product, primarily booster boxes and booster packs. That's all the sealed product there is, right? But you know that I've had a hard time trying to get the gold packs for Series 2 and 3. Basically what that means is there's some booster packs like this one that contains a gold card, but then there's also a variant that contains silver cards. Now, the gold one's a bit hard to find here in Oz, so I saw this seller selling them. I was like, okay, let's buy them. I'll keep the best one for my collection and then sell the other 4, but now I'm thinking I might bust them for the channel because then I can maybe try and get a good condition Vegeta or some clear cards. And then this seller also had a Series 1 booster pack, so I'll also pick that up because I needed one of those as well. Now, a different seller, again, I needed a Series 2. So this is basically the same pack as this one, except this pack has the silver card, this pack has the gold card. Now, I also needed one of these, and I was having a hard time finding one here in Australia, so pick these up. I'll keep one for the collection, sell the other 2. I'm not going to bust those because I've already done some of those on the channel. And then basically this same seller had these. These are Dragon Ball, also made by Artbox. These are cool because they are essentially like a Series 1 for Dragon Ball Z in that you don't get an insert in every pack. They're throughout, but they have the same finish as the Archive Edition Chromium cards, those inserts. That's pretty cool. So again, I'll probably keep one, sell the other 2. I'm not overly keen on busting these. I don't know, I might change my mind. Let's see. Okay, now we can maybe do some more Dragon Ball Z. So if you go back to my video on the film, on the Chromium Archive Edition, speaking of that, I just mentioned, you'll know that I did a booster box break of one of each, Chromium and Holochrome. And I mentioned that the sticker set, whilst would be something I needed to complete my set, I'm probably not going to actively chase that because you get 1 sticker per pack. There's 24 booster packs in a box. There's 80 different stickers to collect because there's 80 base cards. There's a sticker that replicates every base card. That's going to be really hard, right? You have to open so many boxes. I'm not going to do that. It's too expensive. And I mentioned in my video that there was a seller selling stickers in lots, but it was too expensive to get to Australia. So now that I had a US address, I was like, you know what? Let's contact this seller, see if he'll do a better deal. I got these really cheap. So this is the complete base set for Chromium in sticker form. You can see there's no back. And then also the same thing for Holochrome. So now I've got those sets. Got the master set of this now, which I'm really happy with. And that's really cool. Get that off my list. Now, what can we do? Let's do the reason why I bought this lot in the first place. So there was a seller, as you guys know, I'm Italian. I like sort of collecting anything Italy related card wise. You've seen some of the select 2020 stuff that I bought in the blue jerseys, or the blue cards, sorry. I picked this up. So this is a gold Donnarumma, numbered to 10, 9 of 10, PSA 9. So this was the main reason that got me thinking about using Ship My Cards in the first place. It's the first thing that I bought. I got this pretty cheap, to be honest. And I think a lot of this stuff that I'm going to show you now, I can probably sell and would mean that I get this for free, which would be really cool. So obviously being a huge Italian fan, Italy won the Euros in 2020. Donnarumma was the player of the tournament. It's gold, it's blue. Like, you can't go wrong. I got this pretty cheap, and I think this is a card that's worth a long-term hold. I'm a collector, so I'm not intending to sell this, right? But it's nice to know that this card could blow up one day, even though Italy might not make the World Cup this time around. That's still one to watch long term. So I bought that and these two cards initially in one auction. So I got a Khabib Phenomenon Silver Prism from UFC Chronicles. It's not numbered, but that's pretty cool. Got that pretty cheap. It was for the PC, but I'm tempted to sell it. Let's see. And then also bought a Jan Blachowicz, huge UFC fan. This guy lost his title rather embarrassingly, if like he'd say so himself. So I think this is one to watch long term. And then the same seller, I also bid on this at the same time, but the auction ended a couple of days later and I'm having to pay shipping twice. But it's a Peter Yarn Concourse, I believe it is. Yep, Concourse, numbered to 13 of 99. So that's a pretty low number. And then I should have mentioned the Blachowicz is 42 of 49. So this is pretty cool. Again, red. It's like you'd call it jersey match, shorts match. Pretty cool. Russian as well. Red and gold. Pretty cool. This is one that I'm playing the whole long term because he has the potential to be a GOAT of his division, right? And then I don't know why, but the seller decided to send me some free cards as well when he sent this one that I can't complain with. So he sent a Silver Prism of Stipe Miocic with the Daniel Cormier. I think that's the third fight because Stipe looks really skinny. And obviously it's got the eye poke as well on DC. Not numbered, but this is a card that I'm probably going to hold long term because I think he's got a good chance now to win his title back now that Ngannou's leaving, or the rumor is he's leaving. And then he threw in a bunch of other things like Ryan Spann, rookie card. We've got Diego Ferreira, rookie card, a Khabib base. Then we've got Rodolfo Vieira, rookie card, and then a nice, I forget what the term is. I think it's like Disco, maybe? Or Galaxy, I forget what it is. Shogun Rua base. That's pretty cool. So move those two at the side. I also picked up this, staying on the theme of Donnarumma. So this was the last thing I bought. It's funny that I started with him and then ended with him as well. I got this really cheap. I was going to see if my brother wanted it, but I'm not sure if he will now. So I'm probably just going to list it for eBay. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, he can have it regardless of whether he wants it or not. Like I said, you should know by now that I like to buy a lot. Like, I don't come from money, right? So when I'm buying stuff for my hobby, I always feel really guilty about spending the cash. So what I do generally like to do is spend a little bit more, sell the things for a little bit of a profit, and then that sort of makes the process a little bit easier for me. Put the Donnarumma there. Okay, what next? Let's do some more Dragon Ball Z stuff. So this one's going to be a bit confusing because it's pretty sure it's split across 3 or 4 different sellers. So I do apologize in advance. Now, there's a lot of gold cards here. So I saw this seller, and I'll get to the cards that really interested me at first. Actually, I'll start with them now. These 2 clear cards. As you guys know, these are from, well, you might not know, but these are from Series 3, which is the same ones that this gold card is from. Now, you'll know that the clear cards are really rare. These are the last 2 that I needed for my set. There's 4 in total in Series 2 and Series 3, and then also Series 4. These are pretty rare because they only show up in the boxes that have the gold cards. And as I just mentioned before, with the booster packs, boxes are incredibly rare with the gold cards. And you generally get like 1 or 2 per box if you're lucky. So these are pretty rare, very hard to bust product to get yourself. It's not worth the time. So the seller had these really cheap. And I was like, okay, I'll grab those. I need those 2 for my collection. Let's do it. Then I noticed he also had a bunch of gold cards and other oddball Dragon Ball Z cards for sale, so I purchased all those. So I've got a full set here of Series 3 golds that I'll be listing on eBay. And then I've got another full set here. And I bought this across 2 different lots, 2 different orders, and I'll get to why that was the case in a second. Just move these back. Let's move all this, sorry. The reason why I bought it across 2 separate lots is because a couple of days later I saw him also list these 2 clear cards, which are the ones I just showed you. These are the worst condition of the 2. I've already checked. And when I say worst condition, these are really hard to get in good condition because it's like the acetate stuff. It's clear, as you can see, clear, right? So I bought these just to sell because I know they're pretty hard here in Oz to get, and I thought it'd be good to get some other collectors on board with this. Now, this seller also sold me this freezer from the original card game. This is purely to sell. So like I said, I bought those clear cards, and then everything else, including those gold cards, is for me to sell. And what else did I get from him? I think that's it. And then basically everything else in this pile came from him as well. There might be a few other things from someone else. But I bought this all purely to resell. So there's some stuff from the Hero Collection Series 1. I really like that card. I might keep it. Same with this one with the Father-Son Kamehameha. Goku before he teleports and dies. Then we've got some Series 2 Hero Collection. That's also Series 2, I think. Yep, Series 2. You can see there, quickly go through them. Some Series 3, there's only a couple there from Series 3, and then Series 4, which probably have some of the cooler looking images because it's from the Buu saga if you watch Dragon Ball Z. So there's a lot in here. So yeah, and then there's another pile down here. There's one more, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Kid Buu. And then he also had, I think I bought this from him, which is actually a variant for the Silver Prism. And then there's one of Frieza, and then he also had some Series 2 golds. And then a bunch more Series 3 golds. So all this stuff will get listed on my eBay. Bought it at a price that was pretty affordable, in my opinion. So I will be selling those. I just think, yeah, it's good to get some of these. They're really hard to find in Australia. So I was like, you know what, let's just sell it and give someone else an opportunity to get these cards. Now, there was someone else that I bought some stuff off, Dragon Ball Z stuff. I'll just stay on the theme. These are Series 4. These are really hard to find. Probably the rarest cards to get from an English Dragon Ball Z art box perspective. So this guy, I think his channel is Legendary Super Saiyan. He's the one who I first watched like over a year ago. He got me back into collecting art box, and he was selling these. And I was like, oh, you this guy? He's like, yeah, I am. So that was pretty cool. So these will also get listed on my eBay. I got sniped on a few other things from him, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I think he also had a different card that I needed as well that I can't find right now. And then the Nappa, Videl, and the Kaioshin. So we had all those, and I was like, okay, let's buy them. I've done the gold cards. Got a few more slabs. Let's quickly jump into something different. Let's do some Pokemon. I'll do that one last. So, Pokemon slabs. Obviously, being a kid of the 90s, I'm a bit of a Pokemon nerd. I lost all my cards as a kid, and what really frustrated me, right? I moved house so many times as a kid. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before. I was a kid that kept everything like friggin' perfect. All my Super Nintendo games boxes were like mint. All my Pokemon related games, all my Pokemon cards, I had everything super mint because we moved houses so many times. All that stuff got lost. So get these back was really cool. I initially bought these as a nostalgia thing, but now I'm thinking again with the other stuff, I might sell. So a lot of this looks like it's going to be sold, but it just depends. Like I'll keep if whatever sells, whatever it doesn't sell, I'll just keep. It's got here a nice Charmander from the original set. It's not Shadowless, it's not first edition, but it's a PSA 9, which is pretty cool. The card, as you can see, moves around in the slab like it does with everything PSA. Yeah, pretty cool. Nice clean card. And then we've got Squirtle. And the next, I think, basically all these cards came from the same seller, actually. I got sniped on a lot of Pokemon things, which was really frustrating, but I can't complain. Squirtle there, base set 2, PSA 9. Squirtle base set 2, PSA 9. Oh, look, another Squirtle base set 2, PSA 9. So base set 2 came out the year after, in 2000. The others were in 1999. Base set 2 is pretty cool, and they're all PSA 9s. I got these 3 in one lot, really cheap. I got another base set 2, but this time a holo. It's only a PSA 3, but on the front, I think it's a good-looking PSA 3. I think it got a 3 because of some whiting on the corners, and down the bottom's pretty rough. But it's a holo PSA 3. Someone's going to buy this, right? Zapdos base set 2 PSA 5. Now, I don't remember a whole lot about busting packs as a kid, but this is probably one card that sticks with me, and it's probably the only card that I'm going to actively chase in a first edition, because I remember the story like it was yesterday. Like I said earlier, I didn't come from money. I don't come from money. I don't have money now, right? So getting the chance to open a pack was like really like it was like Christmas Day, right? Sort of thing. And I remember asking my dad. He let me buy a pack, and I didn't get anything good. And then he saw that I was upset. He was like, "Do you want to go buy another one?" I was like, "Yeah." So I ran back inside to the shop, bought another pack, opened it in the cart, and I got a Zapdos. Fortunately, I don't have it, so this one might stay with me until I get a first edition. But yeah, it's a cool little story. And then here we've got another original set, this time a holo, like the Charmander. It wasn't a holo, obviously, but it's from the original set. Not a first edition, not a Shadowless, but it's a PSA 6. So it's always nice to have some of those back, right? It's a nice little lot of Pokemon. Put that aside. Quickly jump back into the last sports card that I haven't talked through. So as you mentioned, as I mentioned, there's a few select 2013 cards that I've picked up, which, if you've heard me talk in other videos, those are like, that was when I was at my deepest in collecting sports cards, like that era, 2013, 2015. I busted a lot of 2013 select. I think it's my favorite product of all time. It was so affordable. You got so many hits. I hit a lot of really, really good cards in there, including a gold Kobe patch auto, 4 of 10. If anyone has that, hit me up, because I sold it 4 years ago when I moved into my house because I needed the money urgently. I sold it for a lot more than what it was worth at the time, so I can't complain, but it's nowhere near what it's worth now. I need that card back in my collection, so if you have it, hit me up. But I picked up a Kevin Durant Skills PSA 9. Now, the Skills were a short print insert card, and then obviously the silver is a short print of that. Can't complain with that. PSA 9, I think this is a long-term hold for me. Kevin Durant cards, especially cards from a lower print era, I should say. Cards printed in 2013 were in such low numbers compared to what they are now. So even though this is a short print and it's an insert, and you get inserts and short print cards now, I think something from back then is going to hold. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. Let me move some of these cards back. Okay. The last little batch of cards, I think it is now, is from 2 different sellers. Now these are a bit mixed up now. I forget who they were from, but I'll just talk about them with one person. It was actually really funny. So when I saw, I think it was this card first, is one of the ones I needed, or it might have been these, because these are the last 2 Series 1 cards that I needed. I don't remember which one it was, but one of them, I messaged the person and they were like, "Are you Dan the Card Man from YouTube?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "We watch your videos." I think I mentioned this a little bit earlier with someone else, and that was really cool. So I got these off them, and a few Series 1 that were from across different sellers as well. Gold card. They sent me a few freebies when I told them I was who I was. So here's some of the freebies, some cool stuff from Dragon Ball Heroes. Go through those first. I think there's 3 cards. So there's that. There's one of Goku as a kid, and then one, I think that's Timebreaker Trunks. Pretty cool. The first Dragon Ball Heroes cards that I've seen. Really like them. They also sent me some of these 2 nice holographic cards. I'm not sure what set they're from, but that's a Frieza fighting Goku and Namek. And then Super Saiyan, you can see Cell there, against Super Saiyan Goku when he teleports out to basically save the world. This is a bunch of the base cards that were in that set. Blah, 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 blah. You've seen those plenty of times. This was the last thing that I bought from him. So he had these for sale on eBay, and I was like, "Will you do a cheaper price?" And he's like, "Yeah, if we do it outside." So I bought it outside of eBay. 4 packs of Series 4. I don't have one of these packs, so again, like the other ones, I'm going to keep for the collection. I will bust the other 3 because I need to get the clear cards. So same with the gold card packs. I'm going to weigh them because the clear cards weigh a little bit more. So they all weigh the same. I'll just keep the best condition pack. If they have different weights, I'll bust open the one that's not consistent, and that will tell me hopefully a clear card is in there. But let's see. So that's it. I'm pretty sure I went through everything. I hope you liked the video. It's much shorter this time around as opposed to 35 minutes before. A bit of everything. I will be using Ship My Cards again consistently. Like, I think the smart thing to do is you maybe ship once a quarter or something along those lines, but you get access to a lot of cards. Normally, I would have held out a little bit longer, but I wanted to try and make some money back and then also get it back before Christmas. So, yeah, I hope you liked that. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know in the comments below what card you like the best. And if you did watch the whole video and you're getting to this point now, I appreciate you for sticking around. I hope you like the content. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.